Let's see if upgrading to the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max is worth it. First off, let's talk about the design and display. On the surface, the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max look almost identical to the iPhone 15 lineup. Sure, they've made the screen slightly larger. The 16 Pro comes in at 6.2 inches, while the Pro Max is at 6.9 inches. Apple's stuck with the 120 Hz ProMotion display, which, yes, is smooth, but this is year 3 of the same feature. No upgrade here. Competitors like Samsung are pushing 144 Hz in some of their phones. Apple's displays are still top-notch, but when you're paying for Pro, is it too much to ask for some innovation? Moving on to the A18 Pro Processor. Apple's calling it a revolution in mobile processing, with the usual promises of faster speeds and better battery life. But let's be honest, how many of you noticed a difference between the A17 and the iPhone 15 and this new A18? Yeah, nothing. The A18 Pro is built on a 3 nanometers process, which does improve efficiency, but in real-world use, your phone's not going to feel dramatically faster unless you're pushing the limits with high-end gaming or intense video editing. For the average user, the difference is almost invisible. At this point, it feels like Apple's giving us incremental updates and slapping on the Pro label to justify the price. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification below so you never miss out on our latest updates. Alright, now let's talk about the camera, one of the main selling points every year. On paper, the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max boast improvements, better low-light performance, faster autofocus, and enhanced optical zoom. But how much better is it, really? Here's the kicker. The actual sensor hardware isn't that much different from the iPhone 15. Sure, there are software tweaks. Apple's computational photography has always been impressive, but if you're upgrading from the 15 Pro, you're not going to see a night and day difference in photo quality. It's still a great camera, but again, not revolutionary. And then there's camera control. Apple added a few more manual controls for pros, but nothing groundbreaking. If you're a casual user, this stuff doesn't even matter. They give you more ways to tweak your settings, but does the average person need that? Probably not. And now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the price. The iPhone 16 Pro starts at $999, and the Pro Max starts at $1,199. Are you kidding me? Apple's expecting us to shell out an extra couple of $100s for what essentially feels like a slightly better version of last year's phone. At this point, it feels like Apple's pricing strategy is designed to squeeze every dollar out of loyal customers, rather than giving us true innovation. Sure, Apple's ecosystem is great and people love the brand, but how long can they keep charging premium prices for minor upgrades? It feels more like you're paying for the logo at this point. So, what's the verdict? If you're coming from an iPhone 12 or 13, the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max will feel like a decent upgrade. But if you're rocking the iPhone 15, save your money. The differences are minimal. Apple's just repackaging the same features with some slight improvements and charging you a premium for it. That's my opinion of iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. What do you think? Are the changes in the iPhone 16 lineup worth the price tag? Or is Apple just playing it safe with minor upgrades? Let me know in the comments below.